Hello, my friends. My name is Adam, and I am on a quest to be the most prolific reviewer of all time. And to do that, I review a bunch of different things, but mostly movies. And I discovered that I have a love for Bette Davis, and a lot of my subscribers also have a love for Bette Davis. I did a contest when I reached 700 subscribers. Please subscribe if you like my video. If you like my stuff, please subscribe, but you can do that at the end. I had a contest because I reached 700 subscribers, and the contest was very simple. Like, I wanted people to recommend a movie that I would watch and review. And this is the movie that was recommended from 1940, starring Bette Davis, Herbert Marshall, and James Stephenson. It's based on a play by Howard E. Koch. The screenplay is by Howard E. Koch, and that's based on a play by Somerset Maugham, which is he wrote based on his own short story. And it was based on a real life scandal, which a woman was convicted of murdering a dead male friend in 1911. So me saying that, I kind of gave you the story of the movie. So Betty, she plays a character called Leslie Crosby, and she's married to Richard Crosby. And Richard Crosby is this guy who lives in Singapore, and he works on a plantation. And I guess that he is kind of saving money to kind of get his own sort of plantation. And Howard Joyce is Robert's friend, but also a lawyer. So he represents Leslie at her trial. And I won't tell you exactly what happens in the movie because I think you should watch it, so I'm not going to spoil anything. I'll just talk about the beginning scene and some of the feelings that I had connected to the film. So the film starts with this really amazing scene with Bette Davis in cold blood murdering somebody. Bette Davis, she has this kind of cold demeanor in the beginning of the film, and then she calls her husband, she calls different people, that the fact that there's been an accident, and they kind of interview her and kind of find out what's going on, and they tell her that she will be charged with this murder. And she's very like, she's trying to be sympathetic, but you can feel that there's like a coldness in what she's saying, so really well acted.
And I couldn't see anyone until my husband came.
Of course, I understand, Mrs. Crosby.
Oh, Howard, how nice of you to come.
Well, naturally, I'd want to be here if I can help.
Then you will help us.
Of course I will, in every way I can.
You're a dear.
Darling.
But people, because of the society that she lives in, this kind of colonial Singapore, pre-war colonial Singapore, people believe her automatically. And then she gets arrested, and then there's a trial, and then there is a letter, which is the title of the film, which is kind of the center of whether she'll be found guilty or not. And then things happen. So I think the thing, I don't know, I didn't really, it's an okay movie. It's not, I feel, Bette Davis's best work. It's very, very like, kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say bland, because it's not bland. it's not even boring. It's just I didn't really resonate with it. And I think that I would have one criticism about it because oddly, maybe not oddly, most of the Chinese characters are played by Chinese actors, right? Or Korean actors or Asian actors or whatever. Like if you look at the credits, I won't go through it, but there's lots of Asian actors who are playing Asian characters. And they're not really caricatures. So it's not like a Fu Manchu kind of thing where like there are these evil Orientals who are like plotting against the good Western people. But there's I don't know how much I can say about this character because then I'm going to give the plot away, but there is a character that Bette Davis's character comes into conflict with. And Bette Davis's character, because of who the character is, says a lot of racist things about this character. And we actually see the character, and she's sort of this mysterious Asiatic woman who's played by a Hollywood actress who is of European descent. So it's kind of like Yellowface, but not really. You know, so Yellowface is when European actors play Asians in a stereotypical way. So maybe it is actually. And so Bette Davis's character, Leslie, she says a lot of racist things about this character, and she has her own reasons for saying those racist things about that character. And she says that she's like ugly and a native and like she's wearing this weird jewelry and she looks very chalky. And this is my personal preference, so maybe I'm wrong, but I think the casting director chose someone, and I'm sorry to say, who is not that attractive. So the jealousy that Leslie's character is putting on her doesn't really feel earned, right? So I think it would have been better, the movie would have been better if you had, this is kind of crude, but if you had a hot person playing that character. And, you know, it's 1940, so are they going to get a hot Asian? Probably not. They'll get like a Hollywood actress in Yellowface to do it. But if they had a hot Asian actress playing her, then it would make a lot more sense, the movie. Especially Leslie's motivations, because she's motivated by jealousy, but I don't really think she has anything to be jealous of on the one hand. That's like my cinematic point of view. But like my personal point of view is sometimes, you know, you're jealous of people that you think are beneath you, right? And maybe that's why you're jealous, because she's so ugly, like what is she doing with him, kind of thing. So maybe it makes sense from a realistic point of view, but from a Hollywood movie point of view, I didn't like that aspect. And also there's this thing, I thought that the movie was going to do it really well where, you know, you have these kind of things that start to annoy you after a while, like sounds, and if they keep on being repeated, then I don't know how to explain it, but I thought that they were going to do this feeling of being overwhelmed by like your environment and feeling claustrophobic and like there's too many noises and stuff. But they didn't really do that. It was more of like the fetishization of the other of this character. So I think it didn't really work really, really well, because I don't know. I think the beginning is really, really good, but it doesn't lend a lot of emotional resonance to the story. Because there was a version, which I haven't seen, in 1929, which actually starts with a conversation between the character that's murdered and Leslie's character. So they actually talk for a while before it happens. So maybe that's better. I don't know. So it's not the worst Bette Davis film. It's certainly not the best also. It's kind of like in the middle. So usually a Bette Davis film, even when it's bad, it's still pretty good, like pizza, I would say. So, yeah. Anyway, check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments of The Letter from 1940 starring Bette Davis. And as I mentioned in the beginning, if you like my work, if you like my reviewing style, please subscribe. It really helps the people to see my stuff and helps you to see my stuff. It will be recommended to you in the future. And just because you subscribe to something doesn't mean you have to watch absolutely every single video if you're not interested in it. But maybe there'll be something, like you're a huge Bette Davis fan, maybe there'll be something that I talk about or have talked about that you might find interesting. Yeah, and if you're on Spotify, if you're listening on Spotify, please give me a follow. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.